What up, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the tribe? We're going to talk a little bit about the balance between being in a state of doing and being in a state of being. This is very important to understand when it comes to mental, emotional, and even physical health, okay? Because all three of these things, this trinity, is all related, okay? If you've been experiencing chronic fatigue, lethargia, depression, anxiety, you have a lack of motivation, you're scatterbrained, you can't seem to focus, okay? This is because you are being burnt out from being in a state of doing all the time. Do, go, go, produce, consume. And so when you're doing all that, okay, and you're running yourself into the ground, this is being in a state of prolonged doing. And it is to a point where it is now a pathological state to be in, okay? And the only way to really fix this is you gotta stop and get into a state of being. You gotta switch gears, all right? So, right now, today, on this beautiful Saturday morning, I came out and I sat right out here by the ocean, took my shoes off, and just got into a state of being. I wasn't trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to achieve anything. I wasn't trying to understand anything. I wasn't judging. I wasn't discerning. I wasn't producing or consuming. Okay? Maybe a little bit of consuming, right? Because, you know, when you get into a state of being, sometimes a thought will enter your mind. But the trick is that when the thought enters your mind, you let it leave. You don't latch on to it and harp on it, okay? And so what I'm describing pretty much right now is meditation. Meditation is a fancy word, in my opinion, for stopping, practicing stillness, getting out of the state of doing. Now, check this out. In our society has developed a state of doing in a very pathological way. So, for example, here's how this goes. We here, at least in my neck of the woods in the United States, we live in a capitalist society, right? And capitalism hinges upon two things: producing and consuming. Now, as human beings, we do this whether we live in a capitalist society or not, but the question is, to what degree does it become unhealthy to do? Now, capitalism necessitates endless consumption and endless production, okay? And to optimize this consumption and production as much as possible. And so this puts us in a state where when we go to work, we are producing. We are using our labor to either produce a product or help produce a product or a service, okay? And you do this for 8, 10, maybe even 12 hours a day. And then when you get off from work and you now are left to your own devices, you now become a consumer, where you consume food, you consume media, you consume opinions, you consume the news, you go out and hang out with your friends and you consume their ideas and you consume their energy, right? Willingly and unwillingly. And if you are an empath like myself, you want to be a little bit more specific about what you consume in terms of people's energy, okay? Because you feel all of the stickiness, right? You consume the low vibrations and the low frequencies of people around you who are struggling and depressed and anxious and etc., right? The PTSD and all of that kind of stuff. And it can wear you out. And this is the reason why I like to spend a lot of my time by myself, right? Away from people. So I can be more specific about the energy that I consume, right? Like the energy from the ocean, right? That beautiful salt water and all that kind of stuff. Consuming the smells and the sounds of nature. That's what I like to consume. And I get to re-energize. I get to get into a state of being, and I get to re-energize. I get to focus on my breathing. I get to oxygenate my body, oxygenate my blood, right? So that my body can produce the amount of electricity that is necessary in order for my nervous system and my brain to function in a healthy way. All right? So, I understand you work, you got a busy schedule, maybe you have kids, you have all of these responsibilities, especially as an adult. But you cannot serve others in any real, sustainable, meaningful way if you do not figure out a way to get into a state of being, to stop, to practice stillness. Okay? So, if you are so anxious, if you are so caught in your habits of doing things and fiddling around with stuff, here's the challenge that I issue to you. Here's what I invite you to do. I want you to take 5 minutes each and every single day, okay? Set a timer. And I want you to find a beautiful place that you enjoy being in. It can be your favorite corner of your house or your favorite window with the best view. It could be right here at the beach, right? Watching the waves come in and out, right? Smelling that beautiful salt water, digging your bare feet into the sand. Or it could be in your favorite park, right? On a nice sunny day. In front of you, or underneath, I should say, your favorite tree. And just sit there. Take in the nature and just focus on your breathing. Don't focus on anything else. Okay, it doesn't matter how good or bad your week was. It doesn't matter, who's calling or texting you and who's not. Leave your phone home. Don't even bring your phone home, okay? Bring a timer device or something like that and set 5 minutes. And I want you to just do this, okay? This is it. This is all you got to do. Go ahead and laugh, okay? We have our childish ways sometimes. Watching somebody do deep breathing on camera, right? You might be silly like me and laugh, but it's serious stuff, okay? I'm not trying to be goofy, y'all. This is serious. Just focus on your breathing. How often do you do that? How often do you breathe real deeply and slowly let it out? How often do you just focus on just that, right? Because we breathe all day, every day, but you can breathe deliberately. This makes a drastic difference. And I promise you, if you just focus on nature and your breathing, if all you are doing is consuming the subtleties of nature and consuming good fresh air, you will not be able to focus on anything else. I'm telling you, this is magic right here, all right? That's all you need to do. This is a great way to simplify your life and get rid of all your worries and your stress, okay? And once your 5 minutes are up, you realize, that was pretty good. I want to do that again. And do that every day. 5 minutes. Surely you got 5 minutes. And if you don't have 5 minutes, that means that there is something in your day that you need to cut out that is not serving you. Okay? For real. Now, eventually, this 5 minutes, once you've mastered the 5 minutes, without fidgeting and opening your eyes and looking around and judging stuff, once you've gotten comfortable with that 5 minutes, up it to 10. Then the 10 will turn into 15, and the 15 will turn into 20. Then the 20 will turn into 25, and the 25 will turn into 30. Your life will improve. Your emotional health will improve. Your mental health will improve. And when these things improve, your physical health will improve. You'll get into your body. You'll be connected to your body. You'll be connected to your breath. You'll be connected. And connection is very important because people like to talk about spirituality. But spirituality is just connection. Okay? We want to be connected. That's why we do things like we hug each other. Because hug, that physical contact, that's connection. Right? When they say when you have a newborn baby and you hug your newborn baby, right? Skin to skin, take your shirt off, right? That's connection. We get into intimate relationships. We have sex, right? A man plugs into a woman. That is connection. When a woman allows a man to plug himself into her. When she receives him, right? When they embrace each other, skin to skin, right? Getting moist. Am I getting too graphic? That's connection. All right, y'all? And we want it, we need it, we need connection. And connection is spirituality. But the thing is that as we become more connected, we want to become connected in a healthy way, not a pathological way where we're real connected on social media, but we're not connected person to person. Social media is great, right? But that's not true connection. You can be more connected. I've had people who found me on social media, right? And they came to visit me in person. And we had the time of our lives, a great conversation. And we sat in nature and we talked for hours. And they went home a different person. Those of you who've done it, you know what I'm talking about, right? This is connection, and I love it. I love connection. We all love connection. Connection with the right people, connection with the right energy. And when you focus on your breath and you focus on nature and you allow yourself to be in that state of being and you practice that stillness, and your mental and emotional health will change, and then your physical body will reflect this, right? Your mood will reflect this. You'll feel energized. You'll go into the gym clanging and banging, throwing some weight around. You'll feel a deep connection to your muscle. Every muscle fiber firing. Bah! Right? You'll feel that energy. And you'll want to eat differently. You'll want to eat that cucumber a day. You'll want to eat, that abundance of spinach and kale and arugula. You'll want to put all those raw greens down, right? And popping them cherry tomatoes. You're going to want to do this, right? You're going to cut that onion. It's going to smell different, right? When you're cooking your food, you're going to breathe in deep. You're going to sense and smell all the seasonings, the achiote, right? You're going to, that cumin and the curry, right? That salt. It's going to be good. The basil and the oregano, right? That parsley, right? When you drink your chai tea, you're going to hold the cup, you're going to smell, amazing, right? That peppermint oil is going to smell greater. The lavender, when you go to bed at night, you put that diffuser on if you got one, right? It's going to be amazing. The quality of your life, once you realize the power of meditation, once you dive into it, once you dive into the power of stillness, I'm telling you, your senses will be heightened. You will feel deeper. You will love deeper. I don't mean just love people, right? You'll love people deeper. You'll love yourself deeper. You will love yourself so much that you will be way more cognizant of what you put into your body, what you put into your mind, what you think about. It'll mean more. You'll be more selective. The way you think will change. You'll want to get into the gym. You'll want to eat better. You'll want to have more meaningful connection. Right? But you got to get out of the pathological state of doing and get into the state of being. And just be raw and organic and just be tapped in and connected to the planet in which we live.